Let me know. Shabbat shalom, everybody. On this good and we ready. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Take 12. Hey, I just want to give all praise and honor to the Most High. And Yahweh shall bless that, you know, we give a good lesson today, and y'all got the ears to hear this word that's coming out. Today, this class is going to be the women of the Most High. We're going to go through some women of the Most High, some good ones. And we're going to go through some wicked ones too. Because just like we had wicked men in Israel, we had wicked women in Israel also. And we're just going to go through and roll out on some of this type of stuff today on the Shabbat Shalom. You know, I feel pretty good today. Everybody should. It's the Sabbath, time to be resting. But we're going to start this class off at Luke chapter 1, verse 1 through 4. We get there. Let everybody get there, man. So you get there. Everybody there? Go ahead.
The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 1. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us.
He said, take it in order. See, everything we do in Israel, there's an order to it. And we must take order amongst ourselves. Forget what they doing out in the world. We need to take order.
Go ahead. Verse 2. Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word.
Go ahead. Eyewitnesses and ministers of the word. Everything needs to be taken in order.
It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order.
How?
To write unto thee in order. Most excellent Theophilus.
And he said to write things in order. And this is my point I'm bringing this out, because I want everybody to get an understanding. Everything we do is supposed to be in decency and order. That's what got us out of line in the first place with the Most High. When we stopped doing his order and we got out of order. Go ahead.
That thou mightest know the certainty of those things wherein thou hast been instructed.
That's why we got to be in order. So we'll know what's going on with the things that he instructed us to do. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 40. Let all things be done decently and in order.
Let all things be done decently and in order. Not some things, let all things be done decently and in order. Go up to 33. Back up to 33.
Verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
That's how when we get in order, that's when we get peace between our nation. Well, we got to be in order. And that's why I was bringing that up. Now, let's go and let's look at this order before we start what this class is going to be about. Just some part of the class is going to be about. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. A lot of people know we heard it over and over. We're going to hear it again, one more again. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. The most Yahweh Shah is the head of every man. And that people talking about we the same. Well, he over us. We ain't the same. That means like that. A peasant is the same as the king. Can't be. Can't be. The king is what? He the ruler. He over. He get the same treatment here? No, he doesn't. So he's not like us. He's like us, but he's not like us. Put it that way. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. So we got Yahweh Shai, man, and the woman. Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ, even Christ got a head. The head of him, everything is in order. That's the order it's supposed to be. That's the order it should remain. And if we're going to get out of this wicked kingdom, we got to go and get back in that order. Simple, plain as that.
And we cannot keep trying to think we can make ourselves being equal to Yahushua.
No, not at all.
Just like the woman can't think herself to make herself equal to the man, we cannot make ourselves equal to Yahushua.
No, not at all.
And just like Yahushua is not gonna make himself equal to Yah. It's not finna happen. He's not finna go against the Father, man. Just like guess what? And guess what? He said, many shall come in my name in the last days, man. We got to start taking consideration of precepts too.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. Because if they gonna say that we the same as Yahushua, then you can't turn around and say men and women we ain't equal. You can't say that.
You can't say that.
And that you contradicting your own words, and people's out here doing that, man. You know, just get in line and get in order. That's all it is. I don't care what your job might be. You ain't never heard a guy as slow as a snail walk. You ain't hearing him just crying out and complaining, and you just looking down the ground and you just hearing going, oh damn, I was so fast. Time walking slow. You ain't never heard they just do what they gotta do, huh? I mean, he might be looking. I remember I seen a snail walking on the ground. He done got out the grass, and I'm going, man, it's gonna take that snail forever to get to that grass. And I put him in the grass, leave and come back. Guess where the snail is? Back on the ground. I'm thinking, man, I guess he want to do it on his own. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I was doing what I was supposed to do. You just going on about your business. And I was looking, I'm like, dang, how did that happen? But it took like 5 hours for him to get out of the ground and go back towards the ground. Like, but he was doing what he's supposed to do. Only people that always get out of line about doing. The animals do what they're supposed to do. Men and women. We always jump out of line. We don't never want to do what the Most High say. We just do it. When we get out of line, the animals get out of line. Because we got dominion over them. Oh boy. Go to 16. Just same chapter, same book. Let's jump to verse 16.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 16. But if any man seem to be contentious.
The contentious is fond of strife. You love strife. You love strife. Go ahead.
We have no such custom, neither the churches of God.
What did it say? We have what?
No such custom.
That ain't even our custom. To be fond of strife. And it's not even our custom. So how did this all of a sudden become our custom? Look on, I promise you, you turn it on Facebook right now and watch all of it. Go down the list, and you'll see nothing but strife. People pose questions to cause strife. Is Esau the white man? Well, man, you done seen this on Facebook 1,000 times. They looking for likes and everything else. They want to, and they know they page gonna be full of comments. Same comments that the other dude page was full of. Same old thing, starting the same arguments over and over. Mass camps. The camps against the people sitting at the house. That's what they doing. I learned on my own. I know you don't know much. I study everything I'm on. I know you don't know much. Because when you're wrong, who's there to tell you you got that understanding wrong? Nobody. So whatever you come up with, you believe it. That's it. Everybody else wrong. I looked that up myself. But you didn't even know what a precept was to go find out what that really means. You took it. Oh, I read that. Oh, that's what that means. So, and they go with it. All right. Now, let's get into these women here. Because when we talk about the women, a lot of times a lot of men in Israel, we like to put the women on the back burner. They can't tell me nothing. She ain't supposed to be upset. No. They can tell you when you're wrong. You get out of line. They can tell you, hey, they know how to read this book too. The Most High talk to them too and give them understanding too, whether y'all like it or not. Because when you out of line, guess what? He gonna have to use in order. How is it? Yahushua, we know he ain't out of line. Man, we know he gets out of line. But who below him? The woman. So if the man out of line, you got to go to the next one, right? And that's who? The woman. It's order. And like if the general's messing up, they take him down. Who the next one? Who the next in line? That's what they're gonna go to. They're not gonna go all the way to the bottom. What's the bottom of the last soldier when you first come in the military?
So
Just
private, first class, private.
All right, so what's a high? General?
The general's the high.
So if the general messing up, do you think they're gonna go get a private?
Heck no.
They're gonna go get who?
They're gonna go get the major general.
All right, there you go. It's an order. You ain't gonna jump out. Let me go get the child. Pass the woman. Let me go get the woman's son or the woman's daughter. No. They're gonna get the next thing. Most High gonna use the next in line, which is woman. That's order. That's order. Whether the men like it or not. And some of y'all Negroes be out of line, we be out of line. We be out of line sometimes, man. It takes a woman some time to correct us and put us back in. But when y'all refuse and want to fuck, oh man, you can't tell me nothing. Well, then you're gonna miss out on the lesson that you're supposed to be learning.
And in this same aspect, when you thinking about what I'm coming out with, that's why the Lord said it's not good for man to be alone. Mm-hmm. That's why he give him a help me. Mm-hmm. So guess what? When he get out of line, who gonna tell him no? Hey man, I'm not trying to tell a woman she should. Oh, you can be in the man. No, that's not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It's not what we're saying at all.
Let's bring that up.
But the thing is, the woman said, "No, look here. That's not what the scripture. That's not in the scriptures. You going about what you're on your own accord doing something. That's not according to God. That's why when a woman is learning in silence, guess what's happening? She's learning because guess what? If he slip up, she got to be the one. Hey, no, that ain't what they're saying.
Exactly. That's why he call it a help me. That's what a woman's supposed to be doing with the man. I'm gonna bring him up. Because when I bring my man up, guess what? We up as a family, as a whole. Right. But if you fighting, you taking your whole family down. You ain't gonna gain nothing out of it, nor will your family do it. Because you got strife, contentious. That's not even in our DNA. So that means we doing what? Proverbs 31:3 or 3:31. We envying the oppressor.
That's right.
Because if he said it ain't our nature, it ain't even a part of us. So where we getting it from? Other nations. Other nations. We envying our oppressor.
It goes, and that subject goes. It's a broad subject.
Yes.
Because guess what? That's just even going back how the Edomite woman started wearing pants.
Exactly.
All that goes into the same old thing. Calling the oppressors.
And the other nations calling themselves queens.
Mm-hmm.
And here our nation all of a sudden. Ain't a men. This my queen. That's my queen. And then when you look up the etymology of queen, why would you want to be a whore? That's what it is. That's where it came from. Well, it's changed now. No. What's wrong with being a princess? You was wanting to be a princess when you was a little girl. Now all of a sudden you want to be queen. And Sue, you want to be with that nasty looking old woman over there in England is? Boy, that's the ugliest thing you ever seen. Talking about queen. Boy. Oh, I can't even see how she looked when she was little, man. Ain't nothing come out that thing that was, golly. But let's go to Exodus 15 and 20. I know they're going to get mad on what's name. I know if any of them are Edomites, Catholics, real Europeans say watch this. They're going to be mad because that's an ugly queen. I wouldn't even call that. I'll call it queen. That's what it is. A nasty looking hoe like she is. And let's go to you there, Exodus 15, chapter 20, verse 20. Yeah.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 20. And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron.
Oh, now we are talking about Miriam, Aaron's sister, which is their brother, Moses' brother and sister. We going into them. Go ahead.
Took a timbrel in her hand.
What we at 3, right?
Verse 15 and 20.
Okay.
Took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances.
Who was following Miriam?
And all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances.
And that's why Paul was saying that about women teaching other women. He was just quoting this the same stuff they were doing back then. He knew their culture. He knew what they did. He knew they wasn't out here just, hey, you go run this thing. No. But men say that the Most High didn't speak to the women all the time. Yeah. Because when he spoke to them, it was all 3 of them now. Miriam, Aaron, and Moses. Go ahead. Where we at? 3?
Verse 21.
I'm don't know why I keep going back to 3, man.
Verse 21. And Miriam answered them, sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
All right, now let's go to Exodus. No, Numbers chapter 12, verse 1.
And that rider's thrown into the sea is how he took us up out of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And he overthrew them. And then they parted the Red Sea.
Oh, praise.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 1. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
Now I just heard that doctrine about this not an Ethiopian woman, but we just seen they coming at him. Laugh, man, what you tripping? You married to this Ethiopian woman? They tripping on him. You know, like, hey, but let's see something. Go ahead.
For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
No, he married an Israelite woman.
For he had married an Ethiopian woman.
Go ahead.
And they said, had the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
Mm-hmm.
Had he not spoken also by us?
Now she said, they saying, both of them saying, man, didn't the Lord speak to us too? And not just Moses only, but then he speak to us too? They trying to make an argument like, sure, you know darn well they was going against what he did. So they trying to make an argument about it. Man, God spoke to us too. He would have told her that you were going to be married to an Ethiopian woman. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of people do anyway. That's what I tell people. God told me to tell you. How come God didn't tell me? You know, and that's how we do sometimes. But go ahead.
And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth.
Above all the men upon the face of the earth. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye. Hold
on, who he speak to? Read that again.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam.
Man, see, so the Most High speak to all of us, man.
Okay. Now, did anybody else catch what's going on in that aspect too? There's something else going on too. He got three witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that the Lord do. Every word must be established by what? Two or three
witnesses. Two or more witnesses.
Two or more witnesses. Go ahead.
And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out ye three unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth.
He said he called who?
Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth.
So Most High ain't just talking to the men, he talking to the women too. He telling y'all when y'all get out of line too. Go ahead.
And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches.
Now, even Miriam was a prophetess at this time. But the Most High said, shoot, I already got a man said that I'm going to speak to. I'm going to speak to Moses, and that's what I'm finna come to, whether you like it or not. Because they were like, hey, hold on. Remember, they was just talking about back here. Man, don't the Most High speak to all of us? But the Most High had, look, he called them both to the side. Hey, y'all two, Aaron, Miriam, come here.
Yeah, because he called all three of them first. Then he called those
them two. Come here. Man, look here. Look. I'm finna use Moses, man. You got a problem with that? Because you or do you not? Because I can do something about it if you got a problem with it. That's what he telling them, man. No. I'm telling you who I'm finna use. They know not to question the Most High. Go ahead.
Hold up. Let me read that little part again. I'm gonna show y'all something too.
Verse 8. With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
He said, I'm gonna speak with him mouth to mouth. I'm gonna put my words in Moses' mouth. Read on.
Even apparently, and not in dark speech.
He said, I'm gonna speak my word through Moses' mouth directly, not in dark sayings. So don't think that this is a similitude or parable, no nothing. I'm speaking with him mouth to mouth directly, no dark sayings. What he said, this is what goes on.
Exactly. I'm not, you ain't got to figure it out.
No, nothing.
You ain't got to be trying to, hold on, let me, no, I'm gonna tell him what's going to go down. It ain't going to be nothing. It's going to be very light on every word he speaks. Ain't going to be no darkness. Ain't going to be no, I don't know what he's talking about on that. No, it's going to be straight to the point. Go ahead.
And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?
Hold on, it said go back up in the similitude. And
not in dark speeches, and the similitude of the Lord shall he behold.
So he ain't even used similitude with him. He said, and he said, and the similitude of the Lord shall be he behold. He gonna behold that. I'm gonna hold that back. So y'all can get what I got to say. Because Moses finna bring out these laws, and y'all need to hear him. There don't need to be no confusion. I'm sorry, Rob.
Go ahead.
I'll be all on your stuff no matter where you sit. But he said, I'm gonna behold the similitude and all the confusion and everything. I'm finna bring this forth right now. Everything he's saying, y'all better get it. It's very easy. It ain't gonna be hard. It ain't gonna be trying to figure things out. No, this is gonna be straightforward. Go ahead.
Wherefore, then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
She did what?
Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
Now, before we go into this, I'm gonna stay right where you at, but hold that and go to 1 Timothy 2:11. I know a lot of women hate that verse, so they be nigga bringing this out again. That's all I hear. But let me show you what Miriam should have done.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection.
See, that's what she should have been doing. Learning in silence. But no, she wanted to be like her brother Aaron and the other brother Moses. I'm a lady. Look, I got a problem with that. Because they didn't, Aaron and Miriam, did they both go against Moses when he brought that woman on? They both went against her, right? Okay. And that's all. Go ahead.
Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. Okay, now that's what Miriam was trying to do with her brother.
She was, and they say that ain't even power, that ain't even a commandment, that ain't even in the Old. Yes, it is in the Old Testament. The judgment of what Paul said is in the Old Testament. It's right there. They just don't know how to look at it. They can't look at it but carnally. See, and they try to, Paul was teaching everything that was going on in the Old Testament, is what he was doing. Now read that, keep going.
But to be in silence, for Adam was first formed, then Eve.
That's some order.
And Adam was not deceived.
Then Adam wasn't deceived.
But the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
And see, the Most High got things, everything he do is for a reason, man. Everything he do is for a purpose. It ain't just because I'm just doing it. I planned this out before y'all even was made. Before I even made before the first Adam was created, I had all this stuff planned. All of it. Now, we always trying to question the Most High. I don't even understand how we could even think to do that. I mean, he can do what he wants. If that mother turn the sun off right now, even the Edomites gonna be like, say, what's happening? What's going on? They gonna be, so he could do that right now. What if he just and take all the air out the atmosphere?
Man, and you ain't even got to go there. You ain't even got to go take the air out. Just let them cut your eyesight off for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Panic will set in.
Yes.
Because if you used to seeing every day and he cut your eyesight out, let him cut your eyesight out for 1 minute. Panic will set in.
Let you wake up in the morning and can't see. Am I still asleep?
And you started trying to wipe your eye, and it ain't nothing coming out. It ain't nothing removing this. You can't see nothing. Panic will set in. Guess what? You're going to reverence the Lord. He said, in your affliction, you will seek me early.
Go ahead,
Verse 15.
No. Go back. We go back. That's all I wanted on that. I was showing you that those things that he was talking about over there, they meant something because the judgments is right over here. When we finna go through right now. The judgment. He talking the same thing they were doing in the Old Testament. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Paul wasn't preaching nothing new. It was the same stuff that we've been doing, but people don't want to get it. Because because a lot of women, boy, you putting that out there that's in 1 Timothy, they try their best. Paul don't know certain. Now he ain't teaching the Old Testament. Yes, Paul was. He teaching exactly what the Old Testament. And that's what the Christianites don't want to believe. Paul teaching nothing but the Old Testament. He was teaching all the law, the same stuff we've been doing. But since they just want to get it, that's because at this time, first of all, they was in a whole different language back. Yeah, the old Paleo Hebrew back then. Now you go on up into when Paul was teaching this in the Romans times when they were speaking Latin. Paul was speaking Latin. He knew Hebrew. He knew Greek. He knew all those languages. So now it's like more educated. Like it's like if you see like when you go to the hood, for instance, when you hear people talking, a lot of times you hear words that's not really words. You know what I'm saying? You know. But then let's say you go to UTA Arlington or University of Texas, and you hear a conversation. It's gonna be the same stuff spoken, but in a different context of way it's spoken. You know, because they're gonna be speaking with words, baby. The people in the hood didn't hear, but they saying the same stuff. You see what I'm saying? Anybody get what I'm saying? It's just a higher educated person that's speaking, but it's speaking the same thing they did back at these times. Okay, go ahead. Let's go back to where we stop at.
The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 10. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow.
The white as snow, go ahead.
And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous.
Okay, that's what I want to get at. Because then we just realized didn't both Aaron and Miriam, they both was going to God for Moses, right?
Yeah.
How come Aaron didn't turn leprous? Why Aaron didn't turn leprous? Why Aaron even got a chance to pray before when he seen her? Ooh, hold on, God don't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? They should have. The most I could have just both of them. But that's because she was breaking some of them laws. She was observing authority over the man. She wasn't silent in when she had said, Aaron is a man that's like Moses. That's my brother. Man, go ahead.
Verse 11. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us.
See, Aaron praying like a mud boy. You seen that? Woo-hoo. God, please, man, don't let that happen to me. Oh, God, boy, they just keep looking up. Ooh, please don't let that happen to me. Please don't let that happen to me. Man, go ahead.
Wherein we have done foolishly.
They admit. Yeah, we were stupid. We were fools. They thought they were smart at first, boy. When they seen that, we were fools like a month. We was fools. We were fools, God. He thought he was being cool and tripping on Aaron on Moses at first. I got my sister to back me up too. Oh, when you got somebody back you up, boy, you think you're doing something. Then when that punishment came on, you don't want to be having nothing to do with Miriam no more. Oh God, we were fools. We were fools. I don't even know why I let her talk me into that bull crap like that. Yeah, we were fools. Go ahead.
Wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb.
See, he asking, man, don't kill her, because when they had leprosy, that was sure death back then. If you didn't, because they didn't have a cure, that was sure death. That's why they was always running to prophets trying to get that off of them. That was a plague in the Bible. Read.
And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days?
If her father had spit in her face, she should have been the same at least 7 days. Go ahead.
Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that, let her be received in again.
Now, let me ask you something. Like, I'm back to it again. Why didn't Aaron get this punishment? He did the same thing. He did the same thing because she was breaking order. She was breaking order. Then when y'all read, when you hear somebody saying 1 Timothy 2:11, then you see why. It's good for a woman. That's why most I say what on that, what's that? Get that verse, pull that one for me. It's good for a woman to be quiet. That's a good, God love that.
Study to be quiet.
Yeah, it's that one, and it's another one in the Apocrypha. It's good for y'all to be quiet. The thing about it is, y'all don't understand the weapon you got when you're quiet. But a lot of women don't even know what kind of weapon they got because they don't never want to use their weapon. I'm gonna use the man's weapon. Tell this nigga how he. I'm gonna tell him.
And see, because the thing is, the Lord knows how men work. He knows how women work. By the woman being silent and learning, guess what? Just how we learning as men, y'all women learning too. So if a man do go off in a situation, guess what? Your silence, guess what, will make the Lord say, hey, look at that woman is in order, she's silent. Okay, I'm gonna come to her and I'm gonna show her what her husband's doing, and I'm gonna show her what he's doing wrong. And from that, guess what? Why you think there's so many women, just even, I'm going into a worldly aspect. Why you think so many women can, when they make husbands doing something, why y'all think y'all got a women's intuition? Because guess what? That woman, when the man was out there, guess what? Every time he did some bull crap, he go home, I'm doing all that mess. Guess what? That woman, she's silent. She just sitting up and listening. She taking it from her husband. But then the Lord look at her. I'm gonna reveal what he doing because he's out of order. You see what I'm saying?
But long as she's staying in order.
Long as you stay in order, the Lord gonna deal with you accordingly, and he gonna give you something to show you, hey, because that's why y'all good keepers at home and everything, because of the thing that the Lord gave you, he wants you to use that and perfect what he gave you, and everything else around you, I promise you. Whether your husband go out of order, that's why the woman was able, when King David came down to the man, what's his name? Came down to the man, and he sent the servants down there, and then he said, man, I need this and need that. And he said, man, who is King David? I don't know who he is, but what her wife did, what his wife did. His wife was in order because guess what? She did what she's supposed to do according to the laws and what the Lord wanted us to do. So what the Lord showed her, like, no, your husband doing this over here. You need to do this because this is finna come down on you and everybody else around you. You know what I mean? That's the power that y'all got, that y'all don't realize that you have. The Lord gave y'all something too, and it's strong. Y'all power is strong within what y'all believe.
Cause I mean, I was married, man, and that's one thing when I was married. I remember there was a lot of times I used to be all that coming in bitching and fussing about some stuff. She should just be chilling. Just relax, like, and guess what? I come right back in there, and I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? But if she'd have been fussing, we'd have been at it all night. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking for. I'm looking for somebody to fight. And you ready to fight too? Oh, yeah.
It's on.
But one thing she used to do, that woman used to be humble like a mug. I'm up here just blah, 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 blah. I'm sounding like a little bitch, I'm telling you. And she just up there just humble. And I do all that fussing.
Go right back in there.
Go right back in there. My conscience ripping me apart.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, and if you a man, If you got any kind of decorum about yourself, what he's saying, he ain't lying. Because that woman get quiet. I'm gonna tell you something. A Negro can. I'm gonna tell you something. We can't stand that. We cannot stand for y'all because that's y'all power. The Lord showed. We know y'all power. We can't stand it for y'all to do that. Oh no. And
boy, that used to be something I used to be like, man,
you better say something.
Oh boy, that's it too. I remember I used to be, why don't you just say something? I'm trying to get her, man, say something so I can go off again.
This round bite you on the back or something.
And you just, I mean, and that's what we do as men, but at the same time, that's what I said. Y'all don't be knowing your power. Because when you open your mouth, blah, 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 oh, it's on.
It's on. It's on.
It's on and popping up in a year, boy. Then that spirit in me that was already out of line now, it's finna go. It's finna go ham on it. It's finna do it. It's finna go off. But when that woman's silent, I can't even come back. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be running my mouth and realize
she don't even want to argue back.
Look, I'm just saying, because all I can hear now is me.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more I hear me, now the more I hear how stupid I sound. Mm-hmm. But if she run her mouth, I can hear both of them, man. It's distracting what I'm really supposed to hear.
Spirit
that's all that is, man. It's just order, man. There's nothing, but I know we love our oppressor. Our oppressor taught us all kind of ways. Set the woman over here for the man, and it's hard to come up out of it. But I'm telling you, to get back in order with the Most High, we gotta come out of that. Men got to do the things they supposed to do. Women got to do the things they supposed to do. Simple, plain as that. There's no if and buts about it. No argument about it. It shouldn't be, because it ain't nothing the man saying. That's what God say. Some men didn't even know some of this stuff until they got the Bible, till they got in the truth. Some men were broke back, willy-nilly, couldn't do nothing, weak as pond water, until they got in the truth. Woman running them all across the goddamn. I mean, just got he the maid around the house. She's sitting on the couch eating bonbons. This nigga in the bathroom cleaning up, cooking and doing everything else. And going to get the kids, he just see if there's some butter pecan ice cream in there, baby. And just he don't know. He just broke. And the woman that got a man like that, you don't want a man like that. I promise you that. Because when trouble come up on your house and you don't know how to answer, you're gonna go to him and he ain't gonna know. Whatever you say, baby. But we ain't, whatever, you know, what you gonna do, baby?
What he gonna do? He gonna push his wife in front. Get her, baby. Get her. Yeah. And she gonna be looking like, what the hell?
Let's get back to this, man. Where we at?
Verse 15.
Verse 15.
Numbers chapter 12, verse 15. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days. And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again.
Said, and they didn't even move. They didn't even move. And that's what the household do too. One of the men is out, the house don't move no more. The woman is out, the house don't move no more. And these men talking about, I want the kids, they ain't gonna move until that woman come back into the camp, and now we got a family. That's what the Most High looking for. In order for something to move, it ain't gonna move till everybody back in order.
Men and women, not men, just men
exactly.
That's right. You got to take the man and the woman to get in order, man.
Exactly. And that's enough for Miriam on that one. Now we're gonna go to Deborah, which is, let's go to Judges 4:1. I don't want to be sitting up there and y'all thinking I'm jumping on women. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I love women, love them to the fullest. But the fact is, we just got to get in order. That's simple. Because men are out of order too. They get out of order. They get out of order. Shalom, Mark.
Shalom.
But the men, we get out of order too. And it takes all of us doing what the Most High tell us to do to get lined up and back in order.
Right.
And when we do that, that's when you got a nation that's coming together. We get in order.
Because guess what? Like the Bible say, it says a nation to come together, not just men to come together. We all got to come together and back to the Most High God as a nation. Man.
As a nation.
But let me get that scripture that you wanted to real quick. Sirach chapter 26, verse 13. real quick. When you get there, officer, read that right quick. Book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 13.
Book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 13. The grace of a wife delighted her husband.
Now, that's a beautiful thing when a sister has grace. It delighted her husband. Read on up.
And her discretion will fatten his bones.
Read that again.
And her discretion will fatten his bones.
Discretion is a heavy word within that, man. That's when knowing when to say something and when not to say something. Using the spirit of discernment too. Read
and
on
it's time, wait a minute. And it's time that women's supposed to say something to you Negroes, man. So quit thinking, oh, she can't tell me nothing. Well, okay, she didn't tell you nothing. We ain't pay none of the bills. That's why the light's off. That's why the water ain't running no more. Well, why you didn't tell me? You told me not to speak. You said don't say nothing. So yeah, Well, my truck gone. Well, you told me not to say nothing, but I didn't tell you I didn't pay the truck note. So they can't pick your truck up. Now you ready to beat her head in because she didn't say nothing. See, it's time, man. Women, that's what they are. Help me. Keep me corrected. Keep me in line too, man. I keep her in line, she keep me in line. And we got this mess going on that women can't tell me nothing. So there's some things I need you to tell me.
Why you think the Lord said the man it's not good for a man to be alone? Because guess what? A man's mind will run, but we think of some of I know some of y'all women like, what the hell is my husband doing now? We be out here doing we do a lot of, man, we be out here doing anything, man. And your wife is sitting up there like,
I don't know what's wrong.
Then when you come back in, she's like, here you go. You're like, well, what is it? Here you go. Well, what is it? Here you go. You be like, dang. But then if she wasn't there, then you be saying, this right here done mess your head up already. Now you here mad at everything else because you can't find nothing else. And she just right here to calm you down. And everything she giving to you, she ain't saying nothing. She just saying, right here, here you go. Here you go. And the more things that she doing for you, it just calm you down. But it's calming you down. Your level going down, down, down until the point, oh, I'm calm down. Just don't know those little things, those little key things that we don't see. That's the discretion that the woman brings to the table that men don't. We don't give to the woman.
And that's how a woman learns. I mean, learn her man by being silent. So you can't learn him. See that a lot of times you can just watch him and look at him, and you be like, man, dude, he gonna watch. He gonna misplace his socks. He gonna put them right there, and I know he gonna do it every day. And then you like, man, where my? They on the table right there before he even finished it. Well, why is my? Oh, well, they right over there. Don't even. Your keys, better yet. Go check your last jacket pocket in the right pocket. You left your keys in there before he even say nothing. He up there. He can't even fuss no more.
That's that color purple, that Missy.
Yeah,
that's exactly what that's going on. The same thing. Mister and Sealy.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. Every time he come running this, hey, I need this. You get socks right here. Hey, I need this. Shoes right here. Hey, I need this. Tie right here. Then he got everything. Yeah, I'm good.
How's she know him? Sealy was what? She wasn't running her mouth. Sealy was quiet as all outdoors, but she could see everything. That's why the Most High using can give her all that information. But if you run your mouth, meaning you out of order, you think the Most High going to give you information? No, he's not. He's not going to give you that information if you out of order. Just like that man. You think the Most High going to give him all this information, it's all his secrets, if he out of order? Not going to happen. So it takes all of us to get in order. All of us. The kids too. Children, go back to what you said. Go ahead.
Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift. Is a gift of the Lord. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
See, how do you think your mind get instructed? You don't get instructed. Look at him. Think about it. Look at the woman out there, got her neck twirling around, always running her mouth. Man, you get to talking to her, she dumb than a mother. You be like, God dang it. I bet she was making straight F minuses in high school, man. She didn't have no knowledge because she always ran her mouth. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, it's a beautiful thing. And I'm telling you, a man can't fight against a silent woman. But if you run in your mouth, you know, he gonna, like I said, sometimes men looking for a fight. And you just ran your mouth, shoot, they won't go fight their homeboy, you know, because their homeboy might beat them up. So they gotta find something that they find the little kid come by. Yeah, what? Want to jump the little kid? They ready? They find they double. I gotta find somebody to jump on and release this threat. Woman, you coming to run in your mouth? That's all they're gonna do. And both of y'all gonna lose if you keep on running your mouth. Both of y'all, because it's destroying your whole family.
Yeah, because neither one of y'all gonna win.
Go ahead, finish it up, man.
A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace in her countenance mind cannot be valued.
Cannot be what?
Cannot be valued.
Now that word cognizant is self-restraint. A sister that know how to self-restrain herself from running her mouth against her husband, doing this, doing that, just stand in order. Guess what? The Most High love that. You know, and that's what we tell sisters. When you want to know how to act, or so to speak, go through these scriptures. A lot of these scriptures in Sirach tells sisters on how to be, especially this whole chapter right here. Read on out.
As the sun when it arises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in ordering of her house.
In the what?
In the ordering of her house.
Because that is the sister's job. Their job is to guide the household. You know, that's y'all ordering y'all household, knowing what your husband's like, knowing what y'all like, knowing what the children like, and then ordering it in that fashion. Go ahead, huh?
Yeah, because they go to that grocery store, man. You already, kids ain't with you. The husband sometimes won't be with you. But for you know, what's name don't like these, he won't eat these, you know what I'm saying? Such and such ain't gonna eat this. So then when you come back, everybody happy. Oh, mama got these, yeah, boy. Oh yeah. Then he, man up there, oh yeah, I got this steak up in there. You know, because she learned everything. She got order in her house. How does she learn it? Not by running her mouth. And not by, I'm gonna dominate everything. Man go to the grocery store, come back with number junk food. A piece of meat and rest of it junk food. I got Pop-Tarts and
sandwiches.
I got all kind of, because we don't, kids be mad at us, I don't eat that. We like, shoot, I eat it then, you know what I'm saying? Hey, go get a job. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we'll do, hey, man, we'll put it out there like that, man. Yeah. But like I said, man, it's order. And that's all this is about. The Most High is about order. Israel is about order. What it said, we've been doing this from the beginning. It ain't even in us to be like out of order. So how do we, like I said, we learned it from our oppressor. Every nation that had us was out of order, got us out of order. Imagine that. Over 7,000, 10,000 years of beating this into this nation that was in order. We broke down 7 times. Actually, we was broke down 14 times because it was in 7 minor captivities. So they were getting broke down every time, taken away from us, taken away from us. Supposed to be building us up, taken away from us. Because every time we go into captivity, we take some of everybody else's stuff. We always have to get a little bit of Egyptologists, some of this little Kemet. We get some of this little Babylonian stuff and go there and get a little bit of that. And we get some of this little Arab stuff too. And we all messed up with all kind of stuff. And all we got to do is go back to the Most High, and that's his order. That's it. Let's go to Judges 4:1. We're going to get through these women. Because we always talking about the men of the Most High. The men of the Most High. Well, shoot, man, look around. Shoot, the men of the Most High be tripping like a mug around here, man. We be tripping. Getting on things, debating with each other all the time. Man, yeah, we argue about everything. The men. Arguing about stuff, man, I'll be like, man, them bases be so stupid because what? There's one thing I know. If you're going to have a debate, you're supposed to come with your mind home. He might just show me in the scriptures that I might be wrong. So I got to come with my mind ready, prepared that I may have to change the way I think about what is going on. They don't. They come to a debate. Nigga, I'm finna prove this nigga wrong. And he come to the debate, I'm finna prove this nigga wrong. And then they get to arguing all back and forth, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, they both leave. He ain't listening to nothing he just said, and he ain't listening to nothing he just said. I'm gonna leave what I just said, and I'm gonna believe what I just said. And they walk away, not getting nothing accomplished.
That's right. And then what the hell would you have a debate for if nobody's getting a debate? The thing is, when it's in debate talk called, it's for the edification of me and for you. It's not for the oh, I'm just want to prove you wrong. No, it's for the education. If it's guess what? Now after we debate, now we can come to a agreement of what this is supposed to mean. It's not for the debate to just I want to prove somebody wrong. It's for the debate to come to an agreement for both of us can have this understanding. So I can walk away and say, I understand it. I understand this, and he understands this. But when we debate and say, oh, I just ripped this nigga off the bone. Oh, you rip yourself off the bone, man. Because guess what? You still got the same understanding. He still got the same understanding. Guess what? It's no changes in it.
Yeah, and so me and you do it all the time. We talk to each other, and he'll say, no, I don't get that. I don't get what you talking about on that. Hold on, you're gonna have to show me. You know what I'm saying? So you have to go in the scripts. I go in there and I show him. He showed me. I've done said it to him. He done said it to me. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, you right. I gotta rearrange on my thought process on that. Just like what happened the other day. And yes, was corrected by a woman. Don't have no problem with it. Hey, like I said, if I'm wrong at anything, because we ain't perfect, so I might be. If you go in these scriptures, I'm giving you these scriptures, you got something else different. Come to me. Tell me, hey, I don't know if you got that right. I don't got no problem on them. Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. I got a terrible understanding on that.
Because that's right. Because guess what? That's why Psalms 19:7 is in the Bible. It said the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. So guess what? When you convert something, it means you change something. So from that point, after we read this scripture, we can get a perfect understanding that this scripture says what this says. It's not you, because guess what? Our own thoughts. Guess what? We be like, oh man, I ain't want to hear that mess. Because that's what I think. That scripture says this.
And then when
you cannot change it.
And when it's precept to that, man, you can't get out.
That's right. It's no, you could tap dance all you want to. It's not gonna change it, man.
And what was good about it, that sister was absolutely at 100% in order.
In order.
Because it could have been this, no, you wrong on that from the jump.
Yeah.
Now she waited
to the end.
To the end.
That's right. And
get it in order, like you said, and it was right.
And we went over it and found out
it was right.
Nigga, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't had no problem, and I'm looking at my head like, nigga, I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I get that out of that, man. But it just goes to show you, like I said, man, just take the time. First of all, take the time, men, to listen. God dang it, man. We got these ears, man. Don't listen at all, boy. We don't hear nothing. I ain't gonna lie. I done seen Negroes with big old ears, man, running around here looking like Dumbo, but they hear nothing. Can't hear. I mean, boy, just don't listen. If we listen to each other, we'll start getting in order. And I mean, leaders need to listen to what you call them. The general need to be listening to the private. Because the private tell you, man, I think it's a bomb over there. No, it's not. I've been in the military 20 years, and he walk over there and everybody blow it up. God dang, I should listen to that private. I would have a couple of legs. Yeah. I mean, look, man, we just got this. I know it's a thing about women, but Israel, I'm just trying to look Israel, period. I know the women that men love the women always out of order. Negroes, we be out of order too.
Yeah.
And let's get back into this. Go to 4:1.
The book of Judges, chapter 4, verse 1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord.
Here's another example. Men out of order. And here we have to use another woman. We have to use a woman. Because I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna show you how out of order these Negroes is. Go ahead.
When Ehud was dead, and the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that resigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles.
Mm-hmm.
And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord, for he had 900 chariots of iron, and 20 years he mighty oppressed the children of Israel.
Man, what's funny is, boy, you know this us back at this time. We was what we do now. You can't do nothing to me. I'm boy. That more says so, man. Look at all them dang old weapons, man. All them chariots, man. So they got tanks. Oh no, I ain't finna fight them. Nah, man. No. That's what's going on. They scared then I'm up. But I'm gonna show you something. Go ahead, read.
Verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapida, had judged Israel at that time.
See, and when we first came in this truth and we was taught, oh no, only a prophet, the woman prophet, they're just somebody married to a woman. And I believed that for a long time. In fact, when I was studying the women, when I seen prophetess, I immediately took it to the definition I was taught. But then I was like, I dismissed a woman as a prophet like that. Nah, she ain't prophesying now, you know what I'm saying? Can't be. That's a woman. And then I had to go back and wait a minute. These prophets is prophesying some things. How they ain't just now, and not only that, she got a husband. Unless he died, we don't know. Right there. So why didn't they go to him? If she was just the wife of the prophet, why didn't they go to them? They went to her. Why? Read.
She judged Israel at that time.
She did what?
She judged Israel at that time.
She judged Israel at that time. Why she judged Israel? Because these Negroes out of line and scary little heart pumping Kool-Aid right at this time. They out of order. They out of order. And that's another thing. When our men are out of order, what's next in line? Who's next? We already went through it. Yahweh Shai, man, woman, children. Who next? So when you out of order, I gotta use the next one in order. That's the woman. I got to. Most I say I gotta fall in order. You men out of line, what you think I'm finna go do? I'm getting next in line, which is the woman at this time. I'm trying to give y'all this credit, and I ain't just trying to fill your heads up. Don't go and kick your husband in the head thinking you know something. Hey, no, this just right now that's showing y'all that y'all are very important to the nation too. Just like the men are very important to the nation. The children are very important to the nation. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did have that up there. Mm-hmm. And let me read this definition, because when you look it up in the Hebrew, it's prophetess. The word it means in Hebrew is nibia. Inspired woman by implication of a poetess. And then, like you said, also, and the young guy came out with this the other day. She was an inspired woman. What are the scriptures of? Inspired words of the Most High, right? So when that woman had these same prophetess give you word, they was inspired too by the Most High. So he probably don't use her like he used the man, but he still used a woman for his purpose. And it says association, by association, a prophetess wife. We already know that also. But it's also, you got something else?
And like I was saying, it's a big difference from a woman leading over a congregation than letting somebody know about the truth. Like it talks about in Acts chapter 2, verse 16. You know, sisters gonna let brothers and sisters know about this truth, because how else the word gonna get out? You know, the word gets out through the man, through the woman, through the churches too, sometimes when they're at school. You know what I'm saying? So it's them telling them about the truth, not actually out there teaching people or lording over men over a congregation. Those are two different things. These sisters wasn't doing that here. You know, they was letting people know about the truth.
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that too. We're gonna hit that up. So them knowing how they was teaching, telling them, in fact, when we get to Anna, we'll see that that's what she was doing.
And also, like I'll say, what's that word? How you say that in the Hebrew? Say that again.
Nibia.
See,
Nabaya.
And now in the Hebrew, it's saying Nabaya. That's the woman prophetess. But the prophet is Nabat. And that's when you look in the Hebrew on that, it said a prophet, a inspired man. So guess what? The prophet is an inspired man. The prophetess is an inspired woman. So that's when because I'm pretty sure everybody's, even the ones on the comment board, even the ones watching Facebook or whatever you watching it on, guess what? If you know how to use the Strongs, you can clearly see in the Strong, it shows you that a prophet is an inspired man. That means a man is led by God. A prophetess is a woman that's led by God, that's in order.
And what's funny is because they take this out of the Bible, and then they tell you, nah, those are not inspired writings. And then when you go through here, it's the same people that were speaking in here. Was the same one that was speaking in this one. So how do you gonna tell me? Then how can you first of all that he wasn't inspired by God to tell you that? He was but he was inspired by God to tell you this. So that's what this devil done did. Tell me, that ain't inspired. And then when you go to Esther, it say the rest of Esther. I guess the first 10 chapters of Esther was inspired. The other that wasn't inspired. Same author. They just could tell, oh yeah, that was 3,000 years ago, and we could just tell she wasn't inspired this part right here. No, not right there. I'll tell you, man. It's funny, but I'm glad you brought that out. That's a good thing, because then that's all it is. Nebiah, Nebiah, it's the same thing. It's the male version, and then when you look up in it, also it says the feminine, the masculine and the feminine. Where we at?
Verse 5.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 5. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. Yeah,
they came to her for judgment. Go ahead.
And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinoam, and of Kadesh, Naphtali, and said unto him, hath not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go.
Hold on. Go back to that. Had what?
Had not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying.
It said had not. That means God had already told Barak what to do. Didn't he? Had not the God told you? No, hey, didn't he tell you we can take them cats out? Didn't he tell you we can go win this war? So he told him. She just re-encouraged. She just telling him what God had already told him. So all the thing is, he ain't doing what God say, and she bringing it right back. Just like when your husband getting out of line, it should be the woman. Hey, look, you need to get back to your laws, man. You over there hang with the Negroes over there, man. They ain't no number smoking weed and all that stuff. You need to cut that out, man. Most I put you deaf. That's what it said in the Bible. She got a right to tell you that, and you should be humble enough to be like, yeah, she's right. Because it's the Bible.
And that's the same thing I'm saying. It's like, did the Lord tell you not to do that? Why are you doing it? You know you breaking the law. That's the same thing she's telling him right now. The Lord done already told you that we can beat them.
Yeah.
Why did you not listen to him?
Exactly. And that's all she doing. Man, I don't care what y'all say out there, Israel. I don't care if you get mad or not. A woman can tell your butt something. Sometimes the woman need to tell your butt something. Leave. And then you go, what's so bad about it? You go and listen to a man that's out of the truth instead of listening to your woman that's in the truth. She got good instruction. This Negro got anything instruction. Whatever we want to do, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? No. And she's saying, no, we don't. We need to just go back and obey the Most High.
And not only that, just listen to a Negro that's out of the truth. You listen to a Israel nigga that's in the dang on truth. And guess what he gonna do? He ain't, a lot of time he out the spirit too. He's not led by God. And a lot of times that it's why it say try a friend, because a lot of people, guess what? Just because they can win you over with their conversation, don't mean that they men of the Lord, man. It does not mean that, man. Go ahead.
I got a brother right now, boy. Come right in here right now. When he finished talking to you, and he have all y'all underwear in his hand, he'll talk you right up out. He'll be sitting up at the door. I got y'all. That's how cold his mouthpiece is. Don't mean you no good, though. No good at all. But he got a mouthpiece, though. man could talk to anybody. I mean, bad mouth, boy, cope with it. Sound great. You won't even know he did it. You just be walking home like, I got chili down here. Yo, homeboy ain't got no drawers on. What my drawers though, man? Golly. I'm telling you, man. You gotta watch people like that, man. Okay, where we at? Go ahead and start off what we finished.
And said unto him, had not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali.
See, he didn't even want to listen. The Most High even gave him, told him what to do, how many people to take, where to take them. And he ain't made a move yet. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't he have to send the woman to go back and reiterate what he just told him to do? He ain't doing it. Well, I'm gonna go send Deborah, go tell him, man, again that what I told him to do in the first place. Go ahead.
And the children of Zebulun, and I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then
hold on. He said, look, he done gave him the whole game plan. Didn't got Most High already told him this, because she just reiterated what the Most High just said. And then here he is. This woman here got on a dress, you know what I'm saying? She got on makeup, bro. Hey, shoot. Man, if you gonna go with me though, you know, that's how this is. Now our men ain't out of order.
That's out of order, man.
They're like, man, when you going to tell your wife, look, this man over there finna talk about threatening your kid, you like, shoot. She's like, go out there and handle him. You need to go out there and check, get. You know, if you go outside here with me, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, I go, hey, you take this and I go, hey, I'm gonna get it too, but I need you to go with me. That's out of order like a mother. Because a man would be like, man, no, y'all hold up back here. And I'm gonna go take care of this. Boy, this is real. What's so bad about it? The Most High gave him the game plan. And he ain't even did it.
He gave him specific instructions.
I mean, told him everything, how to do it, what we gonna meet, what we gonna.
I mean, the men to take everything was laid out for him.
Oh, yeah,
he just had said, now they had to just go.
That's it. That's it. And now you see, he ain't fussed with the woman. He came out like, look, if you go with me, you know, you gonna put the shield on and put these clothes on and go fight with us, then I might believe. That mother didn't even want to, he didn't believe him the first time, and he didn't want to believe Deborah when she came. He like, if you go with us, I know you telling the truth. But if you finna sit back here and have me go fight me, I'm not going out there to die. I ain't going to get killed.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the same attitude that we had when we was in the wilderness, man.
Oh, yeah.
Same attitude. Lord, did you bring us out here for to die? That's the same thing he said to her, like, dang, what you trying to tell me to go to war to fight these people for me to die? Will you go with me? I'll go then.
Did you see how many tanks they got? Yeah, look at that one right there. Look what that man got gold. Look at that, man. No, you know, if you go with me, I know you ain't lying, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't lying then. Let's go ahead, man.
And I will,
Hold on. I want to make this clear too. Because it said him into thine hand, right? Right? Everybody see that? Let's go.
And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him unto thine hand. And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go.
Then I will go. Then if this woman go fight the battle with me, then I'll go. Go ahead.
But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
Oh boy, this Negro scared.
Boy, he wicked, man.
He's scaring them up. Man, you ain't gonna go, I ain't gonna go. So she sat there and did her womanly duty being at the house. He ain't gonna go.
To fight a war.
He wasn't going the first time. Now she gotta go in order for me to go do what God told me to do.
Man, that's just like before we get, it's just like a woman that's got a weak man that ain't finna fight. It's hard for a woman to stay with a weak man, man. It's hard for you can't protect us. They just taking all our stuff. You just gonna sit here and let them do it. Well, you fight with me. What the heck? That's a weak man, man. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor.
Hold on. You see how quick she ain't had no problem. I'll go. I ain't got no problem. Because she trusted in the Most High. Our man did not trust in the Most High. So that's why it's always order. That's why I brought out the order in the first place. Because if you got if the order's your house, you know what I'm saying? Then we know your house ain't finna fail. So men, like I said, the men we fail all the time. So when the man fail, he got to go in order. All right, then I'm gonna use a woman then. And that's what he did here. But he men is failing like a mother. So I got to go to the next level. Who next in line? The woman. So I got to use the woman. Let's go get her. And go ahead. Boy, this mug here. You got to go with me, though. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh. And he went up with 10,000 men at his feet. And Deborah went up with him. Now Heber, the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses.
Hold on, I want to get that some on there too. First of all, man, he finally did what Most High had told him to do in the first place with the whole plan that was set out. They had to take the woman to come and use him to bring back and do the plan that he had already said before them in the first place. Second, now, when we look at this, because I heard that, Moses' wife wasn't Ethiopian. But I'm gonna show you, because when you go to Deuteronomy 7:3, what happens when the same thing King Solomon, we marry outside our nation, that's gonna bring us destruction. All right, and this is the same thing. Now look, read that.
Now Heber, the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moses, had severed himself from the Kenite.
He left out of the Israelites. He left from the Israelites. Remember, they was with the Israelites, then they left. Now they done went and moved all out there in the middle of the wilderness. They're going to chilling with these other nations. People read.
And pitched his tent unto the plain of Zanim, which is by Kadesh. And they showed Sisera that Barak, the son of Abinoam, was gone up to Mount Tabor.
Yeah, he done went out there and told the secrets. He done went out there and told the secret. This Ethiopian done went out there and told, man, they going over there, man. They going around over there. They gonna be meeting, trying to catch you on this other side over there. Go ahead.
And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harsher of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon.
Go to the next one.
And Deborah said unto Barak, up,
arise.
For this is the day in which the Lord had delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not the Lord gone out before thee?
Hold on. Because what was happening then, like I said, they knew the law. Let me show you. Go to Deuteronomy 9:3. Like these people didn't know. Even Barak knew. Barak just scared, don't trust in the Most High. Deborah did. Deborah did, however people want to pronounce it. I Deuteronomy done move. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 3. Understand, therefore, this day that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee.
See, it's the same thing she's saying, exactly the same thing she's saying. God, this the day, arise, man. This the day that the Lord our God finna go over here and it's finna go get down. It's finna go down. Get up, Barak. Barak still sleeping. Deborah up at 5 a.m. and she fired up, got up. She done got all the stuff on. She got the whole uniform on. Yeah, baby. Get up, Barak. Hey, it's that time. It's the day. She got a sword in her hand, everything. You know, she got the glasses, her little head on. She all that weighing her down, all that. Look, stoop just heavy on her. She like, get up. Shoot, this the day. You know, it just all way down on her. She got on some man suit. You know what I'm saying? Some big old thing that don't even fit her, but she's ready to go though. See, I'm with it. I'm with it. Can't even lift the sword, but I drag this to one of my enemies. I drag it across one of their bodies if I got to. But she ready to fight. That's right. She ready to get down. Get up, Barack. Rocco that's still sleeping. Like Negroes do, boy.
Sleeping in fog.
Long clock that went off 8 times. Barack just hitting snooze. Every time. He ain't seeing this war. We got the battle's finna go down. God finna do what he gotta do. That nigga just hitting snooze button. Just give me one more hour. I'll get up in a minute, man. I'll get up in a minute. I did that this morning. But let's go.
As a consuming fire, he shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord had said unto thee. Speak not thou in thine heart after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord hath brought me in to possess this land.
He said, for my righteousness, the Lord hath brought me in to possess this land. Where are we at?
9 and 4. I read 3.
You want to go back?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Salaki. I'm gonna go boy. Yeah.
Was you done with Deuteronomy?
No, yeah, but I'm glad you read that. But yeah, go back. Go back to Judges. I was sitting up here like, man, I don't know.
Verse 14 of Judges chapter 4.
But hold on, but I want you to say something. But do you see that's the same thing? She knew the scripture. She knew. She was quoting the same thing. Go back when we go back here, you'll see that's what she was talking about. She knew, okay, it's the time. Yeah, he finna get down. He doing it. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And Deborah said unto Barak, up, for this is the
arise, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For this is the day of which the Lord had delivered Sisera into thine hand.
Hold up. Now, the whole aspect of the whole class what I'm bringing out is showing you how, why he didn't say that to Barak at the time, because he was out of order. So he had to go to the one that he was using at the time, which he had to use the ball. Look, hey, sister, look, go tell them that it's time to fight. Why he didn't tell Barak that it was time to fight? He up there, he ready to fight now because she's here. So guess what? Now she's in the midst of them, and now he's using her. So now the Lord telling her, look, go wake them Negroes up, man. It's time to go.
Yeah.
I'm finna deliver these people into y'all hand now, and I need y'all to do a few things. So I need you to get them up. That's why she's telling them to arise. Get up, man.
And it's crazy because this is how out of order our men be sometimes, because they sleep. You done gather 10,000 men. Y'all done got ready. Y'all know tomorrow is the big day. Man, whoever been, you know, when you were young, boy, and the game day come, boy, you up there, you had the uniform on at 12 at night, you fell asleep in it. You can't wait till the next day. And the game ain't until 6 o'clock at night. And you've been had this uniform on since you woke up. I mean, tennis shoes, everything on. You know what I'm saying? Ready. But were they ready? Yeah, that ain't going to play a basketball game. These cats finna go fight a war. You say that's something I would be. You at least should be scared enough to be up in the morning. They must still sleeping. It might be my last sleep anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and make this long. You know what I'm saying? I might not even make it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're lazy, boy. That's just sorry. But man, and that's we finished that on 14. Go ahead, finish 14.
Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor and 10,000 men after him.
Yes, he stopped right there. But that's what it went back when we got to Deuteronomy. Because the Lord went out before then. That's why she was fired up, because she knew what the Lord had already done to her ancestors. She's like, when the Lord going out before us today, she fired up. Yeah, baby. Yeah, man, wake up. She's looking around. She's the only one up. The only woman out there, the only one up. Rest of them knocked out.
No, man, let's read down to 16, man, because the thing is, it's showing you how after. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna show you something right quick. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. And the Lord discomfited Sisera.
Discomfited.
And the Lord discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak.
Okay, now it showed you before that battle came, it showed you that he had all these iron chariots and he had all this big bad stuff that Barak was scared of.
And then hold on, when you see that word, when you put that word discomfited, that means he routed them. See, the Most High, he controlled the enemy. He got them going where they don't even want to go. They don't even know why they went to go through this valley. Well, you know, I thought this was a good idea yesterday. I don't know why I'm here. Surrounded by everybody. The Most High control your enemy. When he go before you, he control it all. So that's why you think Deborah got up like that, man? She know. Man, shoot, nigga, ain't no, oh yeah, we finna get this victory. She dancing there. It's finna go there. And man, wake up. Don't you know? And she fired up. She know.
That's right. Go ahead.
So that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet.
Read on.
But Barak pursued after the chariot.
Now he tough now.
Yeah.
Now he tough. After she done came down into the fight with him, done got his butt up telling them that the Lord said it's time to take them. Now he see that they running. Now guess what he want? Now he tougher than the mother.
Now he on his horse.
Come on, man.
And the man and hopped off his and he running. Now he up there. He hard in the mug, you know what I'm saying? Now he bad. I'm bad. It took all that for him to get bad. It took the dude had to get down and then he dropped his gun. Now he hard. You know what I'm saying? But y'all both just had a gun. Now look, let's just come to an agreement. Let's not. Then he dropped his gun. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Now he hard.
Now you tough.
You tough. I mean, bad now. And boy, look at America. Man, this you cannot tell me this is not us, man. I know Negroes like this. I know them. You know them. Y'all seen them? Who haven't seen one? That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Because I've been with people like that. They done got their butt whoop over here, and we mess around, go to the gas station. This when I was in the world. He talking to this dude. Yeah, you slapped me last night, but you come over here, we gonna whoop your butt. I'm like, hold up. Talking about, well, yeah, man, we gonna whoop him. I said, look here, man. I didn't say nothing to him at the time, but we got in the car. I told him, I said, look here, man. Whatever you got going on, that's between you and that man. Don't put me in the middle of y'all mess like that, man. I don't know what this man would have done, man.
Yeah.
I said, but you talking about what we gonna do just because.
But you wasn't winning last night. You was winning, but it wasn't winning. It was we and crying because they were whooping your butt last night. Now I got my boys. We finna tear you up now. He hard that day.
But the thing is, I know the man. I mean, it basically at the end of that verse, he's showing how he pursued after them and they slew all the men until nobody was left. The thing is, it was showing you how sometimes when the Lord has to use women in situations, man, because sometimes Negroes and hey, sometimes us as Israelites, we be out of order, man. And it's letting you know the different things on how people get out of how the men can get out of order. And he said, man, look, is there any unrighteousness in God? Because he used that? No, it's not. He has to do things in certain ways because sometimes, guess what, man? We just don't want, man. Negroes is hard-headed, man. We are stiff-necked. Or whatever. But go ahead.
Let's go. That's all I want on Deborah, because I wanted to show how she was used and how, because a lot of times it's always when we are out of order. If you notice all the women in the Bible, when they was used by the Most High, that's because the men was out of order. So a lot of times, a lot of women don't get beside themselves sometimes because the Most High waking us up in these last days. I can promise you, he ain't waking us up to be out of order. And you got a lot of men that's running around here now obeying law, statutes, and commandments. Now, before the truth, Oh, you should have been standing up all the time. You should have been, I mean, doing backward flip, cartwheels and everything. Getting up on what they call them stilts and stuff. Yeah, you should have been on all that type of stuff then, because we were definitely out of order. But now we standing up as men in order. So we don't need you to take our spot right now. But we might need some help here and now, but right now, let the man get in order, man.
That's right.
Then y'all just do what y'all supposed to do and let the man do it. If the man following, yeah, hey, you getting out of line. Put him back and get him back in order by going through these law statutes. Let man, you breaking the law. You need to not do that. And that's my point here. I mean, everybody got order. Women got a great role in the thing. And we always tend to leave that out as men. We try to put ourselves, and we ain't did a dang on thing but wake up. That's all we did. That's it. That's it. We ain't, man, you can go on YouTube, Facebook, anything right now. Ain't the men in Israel ain't done nothing great, but follow the law. Wake up and start following the law. Because we ain't doing not a goddamn thing great. Only thing we doing, the Bible tells us get out in the street and preach this word. That's what we do. That's it. We ain't did nothing great. I'm waiting on something great to happen from doing what we doing. But we ain't did nothing that great. We ain't did nothing our forefathers haven't did.
That's right.
So I don't even want to take the credit. I just go out and all we're doing is doing what we're supposed to do. Women, do what you're supposed to do. And Israel will come together as a nation. That's simply plain as that. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 22, verse 1. I thought we were going to do a lot of reading, but we're going to have to cut down some of this expounding real quick and get through some of this reading. Me and Deborah done told our whole life story around this morning. Of course. I just want people to understand. I don't just want to give you the scriptures if you don't understand the scripture. I want you to be able to look at the scripture and think about the thing that you do, that this scripture is actually pertaining to you, period. We don't like to do that. Sometimes we just quote the scripture. If you don't understand the scripture, what good am I quoting? If you don't got no understanding of what good is me saying it, and you're just sitting there baffled. That sounds good. But what it means. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 22, verse 1. Josiah was 8 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 31 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jediah, the daughter of Adiah of Basket. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
He did what?
And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord.
He did what was right in the sight of the Lord. Go ahead.
And walked in all the way of David, his father.
He walked in, he was a good king. Boy, we had quite a few of them after Solomon. In fact, I got the number somewhere. I can't remember. It was a certain amount we had in Israel, which was a lot of them in Israel was just wicked. We had some that was wicked in Judah. Well, Asa was, guess what? He was a good one. He was a good one. Mm-hmm. He was one of the, not you can't just hold a lot of them, but a lot of them was wicked. But this one here was a good one. Hold on. I was at First King. But go ahead.
Verse 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, and walked in all the way of David, his father, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And it came to pass in the 18th year of King Josiah, the king sent Shaphan, the son of Azaliah, the son of Meshullam, the scribe, to the house of the Lord, saying, Go up to Hilkiah, the high priest, that he may sum the silver which is brought into the house of the Lord, which the keepers of the door had gathered of the people.
Okay, now go down to 8. Because right now at this time, they just talking about telling him to go to Hilkiah. Hilkiah needs to go back to the temple and to the city and get the things of theirs out of there. Go ahead.
Verse 8, and Hilkiah the high priest said unto Shaphan, the scribe, I have found the book of the law in the house of the Lord.
Now, when they was doing this, going to get the money to pay those people, they found the book of the law. So think about it. They just now found this book. So they was only living by what they was taught at this time. They didn't have the record to see what they was going on, what they were doing. But Asa learning and remembering the things what he learned from his fathers. That's what he was going by. He was clearing the house of these idols. He was going in and getting out of the way of all the things that got them in trouble, had them all down. He was like I said, he was one of the few kings that was good of going by the law. But he was just knowing the law because of what was just taught to him. Now, when they was going to get silver out of the temple to pay for the people who was doing the work. So when they went and did that, they just so happened found the book of the law. And boy, whew, imagine you thinking, yeah, we kicking it. We doing good in the mud. Till you find the rule book and realize you played the whole game wrong. God, they don't even go there. Oh, shoot, that ain't supposed to be like that. Oh, man, you can only get one turn. You know, when we making up our own rule, we get like 8 turns. Rolling the dice 8 times. I don't like that. Picking the dice up, rolling again. Then we got the rule book. Rule book says, you be going looking at this thing. Hold on, you can't get that money. Remember that? That one go. Oh, you got to go back here. You know, you got to, then everything got to line back up because you got the rule book now. Go ahead.
And Hilkiah gave the book to Shaphan, and he read it. And Shaphan, the scribe, came to the king and brought the king word again and said, thy servants have gathered the money that was found in the house and have delivered it into the hand of them that do the work, that have the oversight of the house of the Lord. And Shaphan, the scribe, showed the king, saying, Hilkiah the priest have delivered me a book. And Shaphan read it before the king.
Well, here you go. He done already read it. Now he finna read it to the king. King had already had known we doing some things wrong because the king was already going and he was kind of setting things, he was trading things up. Go ahead, if you read 11 right quick, and then I want to go somewhere else before we go anywhere else.
Verse 11, and it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes.
See what?
That he rent his clothes.
That's what we do when we got mourning. When we see something that's like, when you rent your clothes, that means it's like somebody died. You know what I'm saying? So when he read this book, it was like somebody died. He rent his clothes. Let's go to 2 Chronicles 34. and 24. Chronicles, when you go in the Chronicles, it's just the book. It backs up everything that's in Kings. That's why when you're in Kings, it says it's written in the Chronicles of the Kings. The Chronicles just mean records. These are the records of all the kings. They're keeping records.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 34, verse 24. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon this place and upon the inhabitants thereof, even all the curses that are written in the book which they have read before the king of Judah.
He said, I'm going to bring all these curses. So when he read that book out to him, now he realized, you know, even though he was cleaning up this stuff, he realizing now that there's curses behind what we was doing. And we finna befall those curses, man. That's why he rent his clothes, man. Oh, God, man. Just think, when you thought you knew the truth, or you knew some of the truth, like a lot of people, they know some of the truth. Then when they get in this truth in this Bible, what he said, a lot of sorrow gonna come to you then, because you ain't been sad till you get in this truth, because now you're looking at our people a whole different way, be like, and you just be trying to help them too. You just like, man, I just want to. And you be like, man, I can't believe they won't accept this. They won't listen. Why? The Bible says you're gonna see sorrows. When the more knowledge you pick up, the more sorrow you're gonna get. Because you realizing now you're looking at your people, which you didn't think they was your people. You know, your family was just your family. Now you realize that's my brother, that's my brother, that's my brother. Now the people you didn't care about, now you realize they're your brother. Now you got to look at them as your brothers and sisters. Now you look at them now, dang, that homeless man, dang, that's my brother. Now he look, this is hard to look at him now. See, before you walk by them like it ain't nothing. Now, my people, man, it's sad. It's sad. And that's why he had to rent his clothes, because he now see the judgment. He know what they were supposed to be doing, but now he's seeing the judgment that's going to come upon them for doing what he was trying to clean up in the first place. So he rent his clothes. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Because they have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other gods, that they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. Therefore, my wrath shall be poured out upon this place and shall not be quenched.
Shall not be what?
And shall not be quenched.
And shall not be quenched. Go ahead.
And as for the king of Judah, who sent you to inquire of the Lord, so shall ye say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, concerning the words which thou hast heard. Because thine heart was tender, and thou didst humble thyself before God, when thou heardest the words against this place, and against the inhabitants thereof, and humblest thyself before me, and didst rend thy clothes, and weep before me. I have even heard thee also, said the Lord.
Now you're humble now. See, even the time when he was getting stuff corrected, but he wasn't humble about it. They still had the pride on him and everything else. Now he read this book. Now he got the law for real now. Now he read it. Oh man. Ooh. He crying, tearing off the clothes. Oh God, Lee, bro. Hold on. Oh God, Lee, boy. We wrong. We wrong. He just realizing that. And they realizing it. Go ahead.
Verse 28. Behold, I will gather thee to thy fathers, and thou shalt be gathered to thy grave in peace. Neither shall thine eyes see all the evil that I will bring upon this place and upon the inhabitants of the same. So they brought the king word again. Then the king sent and gathered together all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem. Oh yeah, he getting them together now. He getting things in order, boy. Wait a minute. Y'all, hey. Everybody been there, y'all over there. Y'all got Caesar boys, you're hanging up over there, man. Y'all over there got all these goddamn bullheads over here. Y'all over there. No, man. Hey, come here. Hold up, Israel. Hold up. Look, things got to change here. We got to he read the book. And let me show you something too. He the king too. He the king. But let me show you. This is about women, right? Let me show you who they went to. Because this is what I was corrected on too also. But go ahead. Go to 30. Verse 30. Said 30 out. And the king went up into the house of the Lord, and all the men of Judah, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and the priests, and the Levites, and all the people, great and small. And he read in their eye and in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant that was found in the house of the Lord. You know, he called everybody. The Levites was out of order. Everybody was out of order. He called all the men, all the priests, man, y'all better come on. We got to get this right. Because he see the judgments too. And then he got the book. You see the judgment too. Let's go back over to Judges. 2 Kings, I'm sorry. And go back to where 11. We was at 11. Verse 11 of 2 Kings chapter 22. And it came to pass. No, you're right. Go ahead. And it came to pass when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah the priest, and Hakim the son of Shaphan, and Akbar the son of Micaiah, and Shaphan the scribe, and Asaiah a servant of the king, saying, Go ye inquire of the Lord for me, and for the people, and for all Judah, concerning the words of this book that is found. He said, Go. He's seeking the Most High, man. Go find a prophet, man. Somebody tell us what all this stuff mean. We got to find out what does the Most High say about us. He done showed us and gave us this book of the law.
Go inquire about it. Go ahead.
For great is the wrath of the Lord that is kindled against us, because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of this book, to do according unto all that which is written concerning us.
Yeah, man. We need to do according to this book. Go ahead.
So Hilkiah the priest, and Akim, and Akbar, and Shaphan, and Ashiah went unto Huldah.
Huldah, that's a woman now. Go ahead.
The prophetess, the wife of Shalom, the son of Shalom, the son of Tikva, the son of Harhas, keeper of the wardrobe. Now she dwelt in Jerusalem in the college.
That don't mean now, lady, that she was in the college as a professor. She dwelt in the college. And like when you go to school and you live in a dorm, you dwell at the college. You stay there at the college. That don't mean she was in the college just sitting up there teaching all these men and everything. So I heard a woman say that. See, she was teaching. They don't say nothing. She dwelt at the college. I dwelt at the college. If you went to college and was in a dormitory, you dwelt at the college. Was you professor though? Nah. You was just there. Yeah, most professors don't even live on campus. Go ahead.
And they communed with her. And she said unto them, thus says the Lord God of Israel, tell the man that sent you to me.
Now, the reason it's funny, because I'm pretty sure in that college, it was other men in there. Y'all think so? It was other men. But it went to that woman. Because the Most High got women that he speak to too. And they didn't have no problem going to her. Go ahead.
Thus said the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon this place and upon the inhabitants thereof.
Now she's telling them what these judgments are that's in that book. This is why the king was written his clothes. This is there, and she telling them, this is what's gonna happen. Go ahead.
Even all the words of the book which the king of Judah had read, because they have forsaken me and have burned incense unto other gods, that they might provoke me to anger with all the works of their hands. Therefore, my wrath shall be kindled against this place and shall not be quenched. But to the king of Judah, which sent you to inquire of the Lord.
Now, but to the king, though, because the king was trying to get everything straightened out in the first place. He was a good king. He was doing what his forefather David did. So he was doing those things. So he was like, the other ones, I gotta cleanse this place. Most High, I gotta cleanse this place. Period. But you, because you was doing the right thing, even though they wasn't trying to hear you, but you was doing the right thing. Go ahead.
Thus shall ye say to him, thus said the Lord God of Israel, as touching the words which thou hast heard, because thine heart was tender, and thou hast humbled thyself before the Lord, when thou heardest what I spake against this place, and against the inhabitants thereof.
See who said when he heard. So when he heard that what? When he read that book, oh God dang, he didn't know all that part. He's like I said, he was going off what he had all been taught. Not off of the judgment that was going to come. Go ahead.
That they should become a desolation and a curse, and has rent thy clothes and wept before me. I also have heard thee, said the Lord.
All praises. Let's see. Go read the last verse right there.
Verse 20. Behold, therefore I will gather thee unto thy fathers, and thou shalt be gathered unto thy grave in peace.
He said he gonna be. When he do die, they're going to be in peace. It ain't going to be no up there struggling with lung cancer or nothing, It ain't going to be that kind. He going to die in peace. Read.
And thine eyes shall not see all the evil which I will bring upon this place.
He said, I'm not even going to do these. I'm not going to do it while you're alive. I'm going to wait till you pass. Then I'm going to do this to these people. That's what he was telling him. That's because he was a man of Most High. And he got the understanding of what was going to happen. And my point with this is, how did he get the understanding? Did it come through the men? Hey, no. Because when he first had realized that, the first thing he had to do was call all the men, because all these Negroes was out of order. I mean, they were doing everything. Someone was right in the brothel. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it's just a massage. They doing all kind of stuff. They just all out of order. Just out of order. So what do? You gotta go. And like I said, the Most High will use these women when men are out of order. Why would you not? That's like your children. This one right here, the oldest. Well, y'all two about the same age. Which one of y'all older? They're twins though. You the oldest. If I got children like that, all right, when I leave, if I gotta go to run the store and I leave the kids at the house, who in charge? The one that's oldest, right? So if something happened to him, or if he ain't there, then you go to the next one that's in line. What the Most High did. That's what he do with women. I gotta get the next one in line. I gotta go in order. Just because we out of order don't mean the Most High can get out of order. He ain't gonna get out of order. He know order. He gonna keep everything in order. It's us that get out of line. We get out of order. Then the men get out of order and get mad because the woman has had to get up and step up and do something. Then we get mad at the woman. Man, and this is I'm not trying to get you women jacked up to where y'all think y'all this ain't that kind of class for that. I just want to give y'all credit where your credit is due. But y'all gotta be this kind of woman though too. Y'all gotta be a Proverbs 31 woman. Y'all can't just hope I'll just sit around and wait for the woman for God to use me to do that. No. Do what God tell you to do.
And if he need to use you, he gonna.
Yeah, exactly. If he don't, you should be happy with that. Because that means if he don't have to use you to go and do all that means the men are in order. Because the only time, if he got to come out there and he got to give you the word, our nation's in a sad state. Mm-hmm. It's in a sad state. Let's go to, you got something?
No, go ahead.
Let's go, I want to get one more. Let's go to Anna, and let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 36. You know, a lot of times y'all women, you hear classes, they tell you, y'all women important in Israel. They don't really show you nothing. They just tell you, you're important, but they won't tell you how important you are. I want to show y'all how important y'all are and what y'all are supposed to be doing. That's the only thing, my purpose for this one. You got 2 and 36? Yeah, go ahead.
The book of St. Luke, chapter 2, verse 36. And there was one, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel.
Another what? That when she was a what?
A prophetess.
Another one. That was a prophetess and a daughter. Go ahead.
Of Phanuel, of the tribe of Asher.
They didn't say nothing about her husband.
She was of a great age.
Hold on. She was an inspired woman, wasn't she? That's what it said, huh? She was a Nebiah. Mm-hmm. An inspired woman. Go ahead.
She was of a great age and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity.
An old lady. She was old as a mother. Her husband done passed. She old. Go ahead. Don't even tell you how old she was.
And she was a widow of about 84 years.
What is that? That's 84 years old. Mm-hmm. She's 84 years old. Still taking care of business. Some of y'all women, we want to shut her down at 42. She 84. And look what she doing. Go ahead.
Which departed not from the temple, but served God with fasting and prayers night and day.
Oh, she did what?
Served God with fasting and prayers night and day.
84 years old and she fast. You know she need her food. She need her food. She still fast. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of our grandmamas, boy. They pray all the time. You ain't gonna see them fast, boy. They ain't gonna do no fasting. I can't drink no water. No, grandma, not if you fast. Well, how about this a cracker? No, grandma. See, this way, lady, 84 years old, fasting and praying. She ain't drinking no water, none of that. She getting down for her, man. She putting in that work for real. So I got men strong as all I do. Boy, I can't, boy, break a fast every time. Boy, you know, he was going to end this at 12, you know what I'm saying? That gave me 6 hours of fast. Man, go the whole day, man. Golly, boy. What do you always say? Our ways you always use. What's that scripture you always going with?
Trim your ways.
Yeah, don't trim my ways. Yeah, don't trim my. I mean, do that. But this lady, 84 years old, she ain't trimming nothing. Ain't no teeth in her mouth, and she's still getting it. I mean, goddamn, she got that walker. She could get down off that walker, man, lift them hands up, facing towards Jerusalem, praying every day, constantly. All we want to do is pray to go when we go to bed, because that's something we learn. But when it comes in the evening, we ain't praying. They told us to pray. Only time most of us pray when it's time to go to bed and it's time to eat. Lord, thank you for this food. Bless you. I'm done. But when it comes down to really praying for your nation, you'll be on your knees 3 times a day like we're supposed to, facing towards our land. This lady, 40-year-old lady, was doing it. She was getting down, fasting and praying. Tell some of y'all to fast, boy. You know, half of us. Let me ask y'all something. Who fasts since Deborah told me? See how little that is? See? Deborah told me, like, well, did it. Don't wait till next year. No. This lady here was fasting on a regular basis. Go ahead.
Verse 38. And she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem.
Read that again. This what Benaniah was bringing out earlier about women being able to go out and tell somebody about the Most High. That's not observing authority. When people don't know, first of all, you got to tell them, okay, this is what I am, blah, 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 blah. Now, if they want to get deep and all that, you take them to the men of the Most High, or you take them to your husband. Hey, you'll talk to him, he'll let you know. But at the same time, you got a right to be able to tell them about, why would you not want to tell them? Why would the Most High tell you, don't you be talking about me? Only the men. Only the men. Because if you at work, your husband ain't at work. Sometimes then you got somebody ask, a man asks you about why you got them fringes on. Then as soon as you give them that, then they're going to ask another question. Then you talk about your God. Hey, this is what we are. This is who we are. I know who I am. I know my nationality. I know this. I know what I gotta do for us. I know why I'm doing this. And you telling them that. And then after a while, you be like, well, hold on. I'm gonna do better for you. I'm gonna take you to the men there. And they'll teach you. I'm just telling you. They're gonna teach you. Or I'm gonna take them to my husband. He'll teach you. I'm just telling you, but he'll teach you. But this is what Anna did. She telling everybody that came across, hey, you know the Most High great.
And that just goes in the same saying, just like even on the Sabbath day. When us men, we go out to the streets and the women, they sitting around here. Guess what? You wouldn't have no problem with them talking about, oh yeah, I can't stand such and such and such. But guess what? You got a problem with a woman speaking about the Lord on the Sabbath day? It makes no sense. What kind of sense is that, man? She can watch TV and watch all the kind of wicked stuff she want to watch, but when it's time to speak about the Lord, she can't speak about this.
Yeah, no doubt.
She be on the phone, oh yeah, girl. I didn't like that because sister such and such. I don't like her dresses. All her fringe are falling off from the bed. She could be on the phone talking in there, but why she can't say, look here, sister. I know you got the fringes on. I know they falling off or whatever. But check this out, sister. According to the scriptures, we supposed to have this around our borders. And if you need me to help you, sister, I can help you. And I can show you, that's what's being in order is all about, man. That's what's being in order is all about, man.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah, matter of fact, get that in Acts. We'll just read it right quick. Acts chapter 2, verse 16. Like we say, it's a difference between sisters of certain authority and out teaching a congregation of men than from sisters letting people know about the truth. Like I said, brothers and sisters might see you and friend just have a quick question or something. Or like we said, you answer their question. If they want to go deeper, you know, refer brothers and sisters to the husband. Read that right quick,
Acts chapter 2, verse 16. But this is that which was spoken by the prophet.
Okay, go ahead.
By the prophet Joel.
By the who?
By the prophet Joel.
It's prophesied in Joel in chapter 2, verse 28. Read on up.
And it shall come to pass in the last days.
In the what?
In the last days.
We in those last days. Read on up.
Saith God, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
He's pouring out his spirit upon all flesh. Read on up.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
No, just the men.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
But it's even within that, it's a difference. Like we say, men was made to be over the congregation, but guess what? Sisters is gonna let sisters and brothers know about this truth too. That don't mean they have certain authority over them. Read on up.
And your young men shall see visions. And your old men shall dream dreams.
That's all we got on that. Go ahead.
Oh, praises on that. Where was we at?
38. Chapter 2.
Yeah, that's in Luke. Let's go there.
And she coming in that instant gave thanks likewise unto the Lord, and spake of him to all them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem.
Now some of them.
All them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem.
Just the women.
All them that looked for redemption in Jerusalem. And when they had performed all things according to the law.
According to what?
According to the law.
Because she followed the law. She followed the law. She can tell him about that because all she doing is speaking of the Most High. Most High sitting up there, yeah, boy, I got one right there.
And see, the thing is, it's just like sisters, y'all wearing y'all fringes every day, and a man come up to you, ooh, sister, you look good, sister. Ooh, you looking good. And guess what? His sister started telling you about the Bible. And she started bringing you who you are because you might not know this. You just might not notice. So what if the sister coming? You trying to a man in the world? He trying to holler at her, and now he all of a sudden now you start telling this man about the Bible, telling him who he is because he don't know his nationality. Is there a sovereign authority over man? No, he's lost. So guess what? When that sister telling them, well, okay, then now after I told you were, I'm gonna give you this flyer. Come on to our class. Guess what? You got the angels in heaven rejoicing now. The brother is repenting. He's coming now. He's building.
All praises.
See, our people got to come about it. That thing like it can't happen. He's using what he needs to get his work done in the last days, and it's gonna be fulfilled.
What time is it?
What did he say?
Ooh, man. Oh boy.
Part two.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because yeah. All right, let me get this out. No, you know what? I'm gonna wait and bring that out later on. In fact, I'm gonna finish this up on the next class when I do it. Remember, we're just gonna start right where we stopped at. We're gonna do a part 2 on this. We'll just finish that out. In fact, I might just do it on the Wednesday class. That cool with y'all? And that way I can just do it. It won't be that long of a class. I can get it done in an hour and we'll be done with it. Hopefully I can do it in an hour.
We'll do it on Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. But let's go to, I'm going to get a law. This is a statue I want to get out. Let me get Proverbs chapter 29. Verse 11. But my point of what this is that I'm doing is for these women and these women that be brought out in this Bible. Because I know a lot of times we got a lot of classes, they go all through everything, but they don't never bring out the women things a lot of times. All they be like, women are important to Israel, but they don't tell them what they're supposed to be doing or how they should be conducting themselves or how they're supposed to be. A lot of times when they do is to knock you down. I want to show y'all that you got an importance. It's a time to speak when it's time to speak. It's the time to be quiet, though, also when it's the time to be quiet. And that goes for men, too. Because men need to shut the hell up sometime, too. Golly. Especially the more Facebook Israelites, boy, they just run. I bet you if you go to half of them house, man, I bet you any kind of money. They got a Band-Aid or got a cast on their thumb, and all they do. Hitting their buttons. Telling everybody everything. Ain't did nothing though. Ain't went on the streets, don't know nothing about what is. Because when you go out there to think about it, when you putting this work in for the Most High, you see them spirits for real that they have never seen. I was surprised. I remember Jeroboam was looking at these people like, man, you never seen nothing like this. You see spirits that you never thought there's in your life coming right to your face. I kill you.
And you can see them coming. You can see them coming from a mile away, man.
I just told you to, we need to obey the commandment. And then you want to kill me? I don't get that one. You know what I'm saying? You the greatest thing on the planet.
F you.
Don't kill your wife. God dang, hold on. Wait a minute. What part of the game is this? You the greatest person on the planet. F you. Whoa, God.
The camera on me.
That, man, it's the craziest thing. You see spirits, man. And like I said, they be on there running their mouth, don't go through nothing. They don't see nothing. They ain't never gonna see nothing. All they gonna do, like I used to be looking at the people who say, well, why you so mad? I'm like, I just wrote some words down. And then you telling me I'm mad? I'm over here happy. That's all I know. And they look, I'm like, so now you can just look at my feelings through what I'm like, y'all be tripping on this thing, boy. I ain't lying. I promise you go to their house, boy, them songs on. Boy, I'm telling you, you open that front door, boy, they gonna be blind. They gonna be like, God damn, man, hold on. They ain't seen the sun in a long time. They don't even, it's bright outside, man. You open that door, because they sitting at the house all day. That's what it sound like in the house. Going off on the Israelites. Going off on camps. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know blah, 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 blah. Because you can Google, and then they'll Google a lot. But let's get that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 11. A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
He do what? Read that again.
A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
Oh man, fool utter his mind. Fool run, but tell you everything he thinking about and everything. Just, give you the whole game plan. Then, man, God dang. But read that again.
A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
Go ahead.
If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked.
See, if a ruler is the leader of anything hearkening on the lies, all of them wicked. Because they following behind the leader. They gonna do whatever the leader's saying. And we personally seen it our dang on self. Personally. They doing that, so all of them doing it. Knowing is wrong. But with whatever they said, he said. Go ahead.
Verse 13, the poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighteneth both their eyes.
He said, the poor and the deceitful man meet together. They come together. The Lord lightened both of them. Give them all. He showed them all that. He showed both of them that. Go ahead.
The king that faithfully judgeth the poor, his throne shall be established forever.
If you judge in righteousness, it shall be done forever. You shall be set above because you're judging in righteousness. And on that, that's all I had on that. That was the law. We didn't have to get a law. I was going to get that out. But on that one, we're going to say, go ahead and give them that other information.
Yeah. Tell them, Shalak, download the Facebook page for all the subscribers that's on Periscope and on YouTube, Facebook. Go to YouTube, subscribe some of that. Thanks to the brothers and sisters that be donating to the cause on the GoFundMe page. All praise to the Most High. Like I said with that, go ahead.
And then with that, we're gonna say we be March about to approach. We're in March now, so we're about to hit New Year's up. I know, brother, we talked about this on the thing, but
Getting ready for the Passover.
Yeah, we got this on the 6th. I know some people learn different. They might do it differently, and that's just how it is. That just
so new moon's on the 6th. We got the Passover coming up on the 19th of this month.
And then and Feast of Unleavened Bread on the 20th, which we'll be having all that stuff. So hey man, if y'all want to get down here to Dallas area, we're more than happy to welcome you. Give us a heads up so we'll know to get more building or do whatever, get more food or whatever, how we do anything. So if y'all want to, like I said on that, just give me all that information. You can contact. We got contact information on the bottom down there. Hey, and for the people who do give and the people who do contacts, we thank y'all for that also, and appreciate that y'all concerned about us, the things that we're trying to do. So on that note, we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.